In color from Madison Square Garden in New York, RKO General Productions and Madison Square Garden presents Oscar Bonavena, South American champion, versus Joe Frazier of Philadelphia in a 10-round heavyweight bout. Hi, everyone. I'm Don Dunphy at ringside at Madison Square Garden. We're looking forward to a slashing heavyweight battle tonight as Joe Frazier, who won the Olympic championship for the United States in 1964 at Tokyo, faces his biggest test in Oscar Bonavena, a hard-hitting champion from South America. Both fighters are in the ring at Madison Square Garden, and a surprisingly good crowd of more than 8,000 has turned out on the rainiest night we have had in many years. That's Joe Frazier, the Olympic champion, undefeated in 11 fights, who is going to operate in the corner to our left. And on the other side of the ring, Oscar Bonavena is just about in there now. Ringo, they call him, from South America. We're almost ready to go here at Madison Square Garden in the most important fight in the careers of both of these fine heavyweights. Joe Frazier from Philadelphia, undefeated in 11 fights. He has fought 11 times as a professional. He has won all 11 fights by knockouts. Only one of them, the knockout of Billy Daniels, went as far as 6 rounds. Oscar Bonavena from the Argentine, also a fine hitter. He has fought 23 times. He has won 21 of those bouts and lost only 2. One of them, a loss to Zorafoli, was a legitimate loss. The other, and this one, Ringo, as he calls himself, was disqualified. He has won 21 of his 23 bouts and has scored in those 21 victories 17 knockouts. This bout is scheduled for 10 rounds, and it figures to be a corker all the way.
Now here are the ring officials assigned by the New York State Athletic Commission. The judges, Nick Gamboli and Joe Eppie. The timekeeper, Fred Abatello. Counting for the knockdowns at the bell, Johnny Colan. And the referee for the main event, Mark Kahn. 10 rounds. Introducing from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, he's wearing white trunks. He weighs 203, undefeated in 11 professional bouts, scoring all knockouts. The former Olympic heavyweight king, Joe Frazier. His opponent from Buenos Aires, Argentina. He's wearing black trunks. He weighs 205. Oscar Ringo Bonavena. 10 rounds. Another bout to follow.
Listen carefully, boys. Will you translate these instructions for Oscar? I want you to keep both hands free at all times when you're punching. Do not hold with one hand and hit with the other. Is that clear? Now, when I tell you to break, when I see you locked in a clinch, I'm going to tell you to break. I want both of you. Stop punching immediately and step back clean. Be careful of fouls, low blows, rapid punches. They may cost you the bout. Now, you're both clean boxers. Let's have a nice clean bout. Shake hands and good luck. Come out boxing at the bell.
The supplementary point system, if the rounds come out even on an official card. The young men are wearing 8-ounce gloves. The mandatory 8 count is in effect. If a man is floored, he must take an 8 count. If a man is floored 3 times in one round, the 3 knockdown rule goes into effect, and the fight is over. The bell for round 1, Frazier in the white trunks, Bonavena in black. Also, if a man is floored at or near the bell, the count will continue until he has risen or has been counted out, even though the bell may sound. Now, both men are powerful left hookers. Frazier probably has more boxing equipment. He's a good combination fighter with a good jab, a powerful left hook. But Bonavena is probably the stronger of the two and has fought the more experienced opponents. Bonavena a little bit the taller of the two, about a half-inch over 6 feet. Frazier about a half-inch under 6 feet. Bonavena doing a little more moving than we usually see, and throwing a good right hand that grazed the chin. Bout is scheduled for 10 rounds. Few expect it to go that far. Frazier scored high with a left hook and then also with a left hook that was low. But Bonavena was between him and the referee, and Mark Kahn didn't see it apparently. 1 minute to go in round one. Frazier in the white trunks has forced the action most of the way. Bonavena has countered well. Round is almost over. Round two at Madison Square Garden. Joe Frazier, the white trunks, Oscar Bonavena in black, Mark Kahn, the referee. Aggressiveness plays a part in New York scoring, and Frazier would seem to have an edge in the first round because he was forcing the action. As we told you earlier, both are powerful left hookers, especially to the body, but Bonavena seems to be using his right hand a little more tonight. At the end of the fight, we'll have an interview with the winner, and should there be a knockout, we'll have a replay of the knockout for you. Frazier was the only American to win a gold medal in the 1964 Olympic boxing championship. And Frazier is down. Seven. He's taken the mandatory 8 count. Frazier was down from a short right. We've got more than half the round to go. Frazier down again. He's got to take the mandatory 8 count. 5, 6, 7, 8. One more knockdown and Frazier will be out of it. Bonavena has a cut over the left eye. Bonavena is cut over the left eye. 1 minute to go in the round. Frazier comes back with a good left hook. Frazier has to stay on his feet for about 48 seconds. About 25 seconds to go in the round. 15 seconds to go in the round. Round almost over. Round 3 of Madison Square Garden. Joe Frazier was close to being stopped in round 2. He was down twice, but he came back fighting near the end of the round and seemed all right in his corner. Frazier undefeated in 11 professional fights, all of them having been won by knockouts. Bonavena has won 21 out of 23. Bonavena the black trunks and Frazier the white trunks. Now Frazier scoring with good jabs. Two minutes left to go in round 3. Now Frazier is coming back and scoring well to the head and the body. Half the round is over. Frazier has found the way to roll with some of those left hooks of Bonavena's. Bonavena on the inside is as strong as one of those famous Argentine bulls. About 10 seconds left to go in round 3. There's a long shot of the ring in Madison Square Garden, and we're looking in on the corner of Joe Frazier now, where he's being administered to by his trainer, Yancey Durham. Frazier, who used to play football, was the only American boxer to win a gold medal in the 1964 Olympics at Tokyo, and he did it with a broken left thumb. He broke it in the semifinals, told no one about it, and then beat Hans Huber of Germany in the finals. Meanwhile, on the other side of the ring, trainer Sid Martin is working on the slightly cut left eye of Oscar Bonavena. The cut was a light one just above the eye, but of course it could get aggravated through the fight. Round 4 at Madison Square Garden. Oscar Bonavena, the South American heavyweight champion, in the black trunks. Joe Frazier in the white trunks. Frazier from Philadelphia. Frazier has been forcing the fight, but he forced it too well in the second round. It was almost knocked out when Bonavena had him on the deck twice for mandatory 8 counts. Frazier is now alternating his attack between a left hook to the head and a left hook to the body and a jab to the head. Bonavena just throws them and throws them hard. The body attack by Frazier may be taking a toll on Bonavena. Mark Kahn, the referee. I think you'll agree that there haven't been many dull moments in this one. One minute to go in round 4. Now Frazier is coming on. Neither boy is worried too much about defense in this one. A big round for Joe Frazier, and we go over to his corner. In the corner with him, a Yancey Durham as trainer. Willie Reddish, who works with him, and on the right-hand side is Milt Bailey. That's Willie Reddish with the towel. Frazier was born January 12, 1944 in Beaufort, South Carolina. He now lives in Philadelphia. He's 22 years old, 5 feet 11 and a half, and is undefeated in 11 bouts. On the other side of the ring, Oscar Bonavena, the South American champion, will be 24 years old next Sunday. He was born in Buenos Aires. He still lives there. He's managed by Dr. Marvin Goldberg, a New York dentist, and Batista Raugo of Buenos Aires. In the corner with him are Batista and his brother Juan, and Sid Martin, the veteran American trainer who works with Emil Griffith. Round 5 at Madison Square Garden. Oscar Bonavena, the black trunks, Joe Frazier in white. After being knocked down twice and almost out in the second round, Joe Frazier has come back to take charge of the bout. Bonavena holding on a moment. Bonavena is now telegraphing his right hand when he throws it. Round 5 of a 10-rounder. Crowd of almost 9,000 at Madison Square Garden, braving a stormy night. At the end of the bout, we'll have an interview with the winner, and should there be a knockout, we'll have a replay of the knockdown. Hard left hook by Frazier. a hard one. Less than a minute to go in round 5. Frazier's a little bit over anxious, but he's scoring heavily. Frazier's jabs are keeping Bonavena from using his own powerful left hook. Round 5 almost over. Round 6 at Madison Square Garden. Joe Frazier, the Olympic champion, in the white trunks, Bonavena in black. If you joined us late, Frazier was down twice and almost out in the second round, but he's come battling back. In the second round, there was a cut above Bonavena's left eye. It's been pretty well patched up. No bother to him at the moment. Two minutes left in round 6 at Madison Square Garden. Frazier has been forcing the fight. Bonavena has been counter-punching and sometimes doing it very well. Frazier ran into one that time when he missed. One minute to go in round 6. Bonavena has made most of the clinches. This is as far as Frazier has ever gone in a bout. All of his bouts have ended in knockouts, and only one went as far as 6 rounds. This round almost over. Round 7 of a scheduled 10-round bout. Joe Frazier, the Olympic champion, undefeated as a heavyweight in the white trunks. Oscar Bonavena, the Argentine and South American heavyweight champion, in the black. Frazier has been forcing the fight. Bonavena almost won it in the second round when he had Frazier on the deck twice. Had he put him down again, it would have been all over, but he couldn't. Frazier weighing 203 and a half, and Bonavena 205. Both men legitimate heavyweights. Hard punchers, particularly with the left hook. Frazier is constantly move in, most of the time keeping Bonavena from mounting his own attack. Bonavena claiming a low punch. And Mark Kahn, the referee, tells Frazier to keep them up. Frazier apologizes. One minute left in round 7 of a 10-rounder at Madison Square Garden. Bonavena may have been shaken up by that right hand. Now Bonavena has gone the 10-round distance twice with Dora Foley, to whom he lost, and with George Chavallo, whom he beat. Frazier has never gone this far before. This round almost over. There's the corner of Oscar Bonavena and the brothers Rago, Batista, and Juan. Bautista is co-manager, giving him the water bucket. Oscar was very close to winning a sensational bout by a sensational knockout in the second round, but he may have let his man get away by over-anxiety. He had Joe Frazier ready for the cleaners in that round, but had him down twice, just couldn't put him down again. There's Sid Martin in the background, who works with Emil Griffith. And that reminds me that Griffith will defend his middleweight championship from Madison Square Garden and over most of these stations on the night of October 21st. Joe Frazier's corner is the next round. Round 8 is about to begin. This is farther than Frazier has ever gone before in a bout. Frazier the white trunks, Bonavena the black. It has been a punching match all the way. That was probably the best right of the fight by Joe Frazier, a flush punch. Two minutes left in round 8. Most of these exchanges have been fairly even. One minute to go in round 8. And a slight cut near the left eye of Bonavena once again. He was cut in the second round, but they patched it up. Now it shows just a speck of blood. Bonavena looking strong in this round. And so is Frazier. Round almost over. The crowd of about 9,000 is very disappointed that there has not been a knockout out in this bout. There were 2 knockdowns scored by Bonavena in the second round, and the reason for their disappointment is that a new record of knockouts in preliminary bouts was set at Madison Square Garden tonight. The first 6 preliminary bouts ended in knockouts, which is a Garden record, and every bout had at least 1 knockdown. There was one other preliminary bout that went 4 rounds, and that also had a knockdown, but it did not have a knockout. They almost had to send out for more fighters. I'd like to remind you again that at the end of this fight, we'll have an interview with the winner, and should the fight end in a knockout, we will have a replay of the knockout. Round 9, Oscar Bonavena, the South American champion, weighing 209, or rather correction, 205 in the black trunks. Joe Frazier, Olympic champion, undefeated as a pro in 11 bouts, white trunks, 203 and a half. Frazier may have been hurt by a left hook by Bonavena. Two minutes left to go in round 9. Ringo smiled after taking that straight right, Ringo being Bonavena. If you came to this TV show late, Frazier was down twice and almost knocked out in the second round, but he survived, and since then has given a good account of himself. Slight cut beside the left eye of Bonavena. Frazier unmarked. Bonavena is moving in now for the first time in the fight. He has let Frazier set the pace for the most part. "10 seconds to go in round 9. referee Mark Kahn has them touch gloves, the 10th and final round. Oscar Bonavena, black trunks, Joe Frazier in white. We'll have an interview with the winner after it. After the decision or after the knockout, if there is one. Frazier was down twice and almost out in the second round, but has battled back. This is the most important round here. Bonavena still strong. Two minutes to go in the fight, 2 minutes. Bonavena having Frazier in trouble again. 1 minute left now, 1 minute. .45 seconds left as Bonavena is putting on a terrific finish against Frazier. .15 seconds left. Listen to the applause. Bonavena looks at the clock. And there it is, the final bell of what we consider a very fine fight. We'll have an interview with the winner. We'll return to Madison Square Garden and the decision of this fight immediately after this announcement. We're waiting now in the ring at Madison Square Garden for the decision of the judges, Joe Eppie and Nick Gamboli, and the referee Mark Kahn. And Johnny Addy, the very fine ring announcer, is waiting for the cards from the commissioners, Frank Morris and Dan Dowd. It's been a fine fight here. I might remind you again that on October 21st, Emil Griffith will have a return match with Joey Archer. Griffith defending the middleweight championship, and most of these stations will carry the bout. Johnny Addy with the decision.
Judge Joe Eppie has it 5-4, 1 even for Frazier. Referee Mark Kahn, 6-4 for Frazier. Nick Gamboli scores 5 rounds for each boy. Points 7-5. Points favor of Bonavena. The winner by a split decision, Joe Frazier.
Joe Frazier coming over to our microphone with Milt Bailey. Joe, congratulations, you're still undefeated. Yancey Durham and Willie Reddish also with Milt. Joe, tell us about that second round. You were down twice and almost out, I thought.
Yeah, I was down. It caught me off surprise lately. But I wasn't hurt, you know. He caught me right on the button. Just like I say, a little man could hit you on the button, you'll go down.
Well, he's not a little man.
He's a big man, so that's what I mean by the little man.
Well,
But he put up a very good fight.
I thought it was a good fight, a close fight.
Real good.
I thought, now I may be wrong, that you turned the tide with your
Right.
left jab.
Right. I used my jab more than Oscar, but then he keep backing away, you know what I mean? I just barely touch him. And I cut him in the second round, and that's why I think I won the fight now.
Joe, tell us again about that second round. Now, the first round was fairly even. You
Right.
were doing well in the second round, and
Right.
what was it? Your inexperience left you wide open?
I was going with the left, but what it really was, that I kind of drop it, and then Oscar shoot it right over.
What did he hit you
Oscar
with?
is a southpaw, so therefore he can shoot his left hand. His right hand just as hard to get shoot his left hand.
I thought he decked you with a right the first time.
Yeah, that was the right hand.
What were you thinking about on the floor?
Well, I was carrying it down a little too low.
And what about the second knockdown?
Well, I don't know what happened then.
You don't remember it?
No.
But you came on to win. I want to congratulate you. You're still undefeated, and you're certainly a wonderful prospect. One of these days, we hope you have you in a title fight.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Joe Frazier.
Thank you.
Paintings of Frazier and Bonavena by Leroy Neiman.